Ready, break.
59. Mike's 59. Hey, man. Watch the boot. Watch the boot. Spot.
80 weapon.
Spot. No.
Get it.
On 1st and 10, Westbrook. And Josh Hill has it. Hill's hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. Opening drive fumble, and the 4 miscues that they had last week. 4 turnovers, Charles. So this is a bad trend.
And, Brandon, you and I both know that they didn't just ignore what happened last week. They focused on it, tried to get better. And when it happens here again in this game, the head coach is going to see that as a direct reflection on his message to the team, and it's not sinking in.
Lucky.
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it will bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Guys, game situation. Let's go.
20.
From the gun, here's Newton. Forced out to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first.
Gun.
58, boys. 58, Mike. 58 to Mike. 58 to Mike. That's what I do.
Out of the gun, Newton. And that will be incomplete.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
And this one is right down Broadway. And the Panthers stake claim to a 3-0 lead. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
No. Off. Switch.
2nd and 9 now. Man open is Keelan Cole, complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 14 yards is the pickup. 1st down, New Orleans.
Down. 70. Indy. General West. Go.
Hey, check.
3-5.
On 1st down, Westbrook. He's going to let this one go deep. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Going quickly here to Thomas. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Back to throw. Westbrook. The open man is Smith. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47.
Switch. 6-6. Pull it high. Smooth.
Mike 54.
Now.
They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. Shaq Thompson on the tackle that time.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, Kamara. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves them needing about 7 here on 3rd down.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish? Holding that to a minimal gain.
Mike's 59. Mike's 59. Time to go night-night. Watch the edge. Check.
Hey, Echo. Go.
To throw on 3rd down, Westbrook. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it.
That's a double win there, partner. You keep out of the return man's hands, and you pin him inside the 5-yard line. Pretty darn good.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur. That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room that if you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Gun.
A shotgun snap for Newton. Open man is Samuel, complete. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field.
Watch the whip.
And he will have the first down as he's up to his 17-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
But when we go back to our conversation with the defensive coordinator, that type of a play was not a surprise to him. He expected trickery in this game, yet somehow his defense, they still took the cheese and got caught in the mousetrap.
That's it. Okay, 180.
Mike, 58, right there. Let's go, baby. Turn up.
Great.
Get that ball. You must be getting tired of seeing me.
On 1st and 10, Newton. They'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Cam fakes the give and keeps it. Going quickly out wide to Moore. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
20.
On 1st down, it's Newton. And he whips that one incomplete there. He was trying to get that one into the hands of Christian McCaffrey. But it's going to be 2nd down. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
And darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Second and 10 now from the 27.
Great.
Throwing again. Newton. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
20.
47's the mic. 47's the mic. Man, what's wrong? That's trash. 47's the mic. 47's the mic.
Gun.
Mike's 47. Mike's 47.
Operating from the gun. Newton. And he's got his target. That's Moore. He got 29 yards that time. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it seems almost effortless.
Newton will bring him up 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43.
Gun.
From the gun, Newton. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
Now Newton on first down. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Throwing is Newton. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Throwing on third down, Newton. And he's got his tight end, that's Smith. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. So another third down conversion, and now they've got a first and goal. On first and goal, Drake. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a second and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal. Another run, this time McCaffrey. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
The crowd here in the Dome making things difficult. Third and goal.
You got that right there. Jump. Hey! Switch. Watch twist.
Great.
On the ground, McCaffrey. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third. Such a long drive here. 3 points. That would be a disappointment, but I don't know if you can go for it here, can you?
Well, the defense was really giving them a lot all the way downfield, and now they've stiffened. Forget that bend, don't break. Now they don't even want to let them get a yard, do they? So in this spot, you remember what the coaches told us before the ball game? Any drive that ends with a kick is going to be okay with us, whether it's a punt, a field goal, or an extra point. Take the field goal right here.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11...
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Brian Burns make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. 9 yards on the gain there, so from 2nd and 19, now we've got a 3rd and 10.
Okay, didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
Set 50, play.
Check, check, watch 54, watch 54. And watch the leg. Slam, 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 slam.
Hey, Zoo. Get it.
On 3rd down, Westbrook. Connects here with a tight end, Blake Jarwin. It's a big play there for the Saints. 42 yards. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
Give me some, give me some.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend.
Check, check, check. Check 99, check 99. Kill, kill, kill.
Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot. Ready.
Throwing on 1st down, Westbrook. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. That's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup with someone trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Orbit.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line. 59. Squeeze, squeeze, double, double. Check your hot read. Kill, 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 kill.
Fire.
On 1st and 10, Westbrook. Got a man open. It's Thomas. It's a touchdown for New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Lutz with the extra point, and that will give him the lead here as we get on towards halftime. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Under a minute to play here in the half. Time for a late drive.
It makes sense when you think about it. Hey, try and get a field goal. Give yourself a lead going into the half. But if you're going to do this, you better have supreme trust in your quarterback. Supreme trust in the guy who's going to handle the football. Because if you turn it over here, not only do you go in down at the half, you've given the momentum squarely to your opponent.
And Thomas has it. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle. To
To throw again on second down. Newton, he's going to look deep for more. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop.
58, Mike. Hey, here we go. Watch the pass. 58.
To throw on third down. Newton looking long for Thomas. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Let's go. Let's go.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. Keelan Cole, the intended target, but it'll be second down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play, and guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Here's second and 10 now from about the 32. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And it's third down.
We always talk about receivers. If the ball hits your hand, you're supposed to haul it in, but it is hard to adjust to a pass thrown a little bit behind you.
That one was all the momentum going forward. Couldn't contort his body back to grab it. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a third and 10. This time they stay on the ground. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter.
Check. 20.
Newton on first down. Thomas has got it, complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. A final shot before the break. Newton. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. Good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the juke. So we're at halftime with our score 7-6 in a tough-fought first half. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Second and 3.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, second and 3.
Push him back. Check 9, check 9. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch it.
Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
So from the 36 now, first and 10.
Gun. He's not going to get me.
Operating from the gun, Newton. And that's complete to McCaffrey. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it's a second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. Now it's Newton. And he's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
And the Panther first down.
So in Saints territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 35-yard line. From the gun, Newton. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll go down at the 28. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. Second and 3.
Tight dog.
Great. 20.
SOS. He's coming, double up.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe. Maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
I'm here all day. I'm here all day. Watch the safety creep. 8. Check. Presto.
Back to the ground on first, it's McCaffrey. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 16-yard line.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. From the gun, here's Newton. And he's got McCaffrey open, complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. A good-looking drive so far for the Panthers and a first down here.
58 to Mike.
Great.
No chance. 58, boys. 58, Mike. Watch the pass. 58.
Out of the gun, Newton. Buying time to his left. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. Cam Newton with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Panthers are going to jump back in front. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time, they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
And he is not going to make it to the goal line, so the defense holds, and this remains a 5-point game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
On the ready.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Right 54. You can't block.
You draw courses. Bang, 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 bang. Let's go.
Off play action. Westbrook. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brian Burns in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
At 70, Indy.
Watch the twist, watch the twist. Hey, alert 3, alert 3. Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it.
Hey, Alpha.
31's the mic.
You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna see me in your nightmares. Hey, 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 hey.
31's the mic. It's a party now.
Hey, Sam on.
He's checking. Crash, crash. Check 15, check 15.
Shoot.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Westbrook. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. A gain of 22.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Mike 5-4.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength. Out 61, matchbox lights. Look at me, zipper. Hey, Haywood.
Check, check. Watch 54, watch 54. Watch the curl, watch the curl.
On 1st down, Westbrook. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, puts a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. Deep ball, short ball, and that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
Back, back, back.
5.
Mike's 59. Mike's 50.
Get it.
Off the play fake. Westbrook. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Keelan Cole, the intended target.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Ready.
56. I'm trying to collect. Jack. He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. We got double up, double up.
8.
Check.
8. Let's go.
They'll try to get the running game going with McCaffrey. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Panthers use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point try good by Gano. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Hey, here we go.
The Panthers are going to take another timeout. And that's going to leave them with just 1 timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back.
Ready. 8-3.
Watch that in. Watch that in.
Bravo.
That is right. 4 down. Check. 4 down. 36. Check 4.
Hard.
Check.
Go. Fight.
Operating from the gun. Westbrook looking long for Thomas. Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Panthers out in front and in control of the football as well as we begin quarter number 4. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. He'll be out of bounds right at the 40. It's a Panthers first down, 17 yards on the play.
First down, Carolina.
Ready.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Watch safety creep. Safety's creeping.
On the ground, McCaffrey. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A gain there of 21 yards. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this fourth quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Watch twist. Watch twist.
Newton to throw. And that is incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the one he was looking for. And it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy. Open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that, first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
56. Mike, 56.
20.
56. Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Mike, 56. Mike, 56. In your face. Mike, 56.
Gun.
56.
To throw again. Newton. And that'll be incomplete. He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Gun.
Again, Newton. He gets it to Thomas. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
Cam fakes the give and keeps it. And this is incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
Check 52. Check 26. Check 26.
Hey!
Right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. 22, check, follow. 22, check, follow.
2nd and 10, Newton again. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Check 13. Check 13.
20. Great.
Newton throwing again. And he's got his man. It's Samuel. Touchdown, Carolina. Curtis Samuel, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Gano the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Ready, set.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Throwing on first down, Westbrook. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Westbrook out of the backfield. That's complete to Kamara. The Saints on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
It's 4th down.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Here we go.
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey, check.
From the gun, Westbrook. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in.
Let's go now. 30 base.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 down at the 33. A 10th carry for Kamara. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
94. 2 jet bombers. Hey, back up.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Switch.
Ready.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Westbrook, complete. Smith has it. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give them 18 there, and the Saints have a first down. Looking to throw. Westbrook. This is caught. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. This is Murray, and he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Latavius Murray, his first touchdown on the year. And the Saints get a bit closer. What's good on the extra point? And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And it looks like the Panthers' hands team does its job. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
You got nothing. Kill, kill, kill. Watch the eye.
Check.
Watch out.
Greg.
Throwing here, Newton. Being chased out left. And he's going to keep it here. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13.
Watch 20. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. 8. Check.
They're going to run the sweep. It's Samuel. 9 good yards there on the run, and now 3rd down. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
Set. 180.
Right there. 56. In your face.
And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he will take it across midfield and down to the 45.
Well, I'm guessing that on the sidelines there might be a few words said about that mistake there, but I don't think it's going to hurt them in the long run. They're still going to get out of here with a win.
Yeah, they got the 2-score cushion, but you know what coaches say, Charles? Finish strong.
Finish the game out the way it's supposed to be played. In fact, coaches might be secretly happy. Gives them a chance to do a little extra coaching next week.
Set. Ready. 10-2 stop.
Man left. 3 down.
Hey, seam 6.
Hey, let's get this. 31's the mic. Hey, defense, let's go. 31's the mic.
Quarterback go.
Following the fumble recovery, Westbrook. Got an open man, the tight end, Jarwin. A good pickup there, 26 yards. On 1st and 10, Westbrook. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. That'll bring up 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Yo, go. Hey, Snap.
Throwing again. Westbrook. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game.
First and goal, the 8-yard line.
Come on, set. 60 or.
Got you, boy.
Hey, exit.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Wide, get wide.
Go out.
Deuce.
Operating from the gun, Westbrook. And this is caught. So it's a late touchdown, but maybe too late. Still a little time left on the clock, however. Coming from where they were, they knew this was going to be tough, but they got the touchdown. Now they need the miracle, the onside kick and a little extra.
Yeah, and you have to get the onside kick and not have the ball bounce around a lot and eat up time. You want to be able to grab it, possess it, and get your offense out there for what you just termed a miracle last chance.
And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And I tell you, these division games never for the faint of heart, but they come through with a tight victory here on the road.
And you find yourself working harder in a game.